You've heard of soft glam. Well, sometimes glam is hard and it can go wrong. Do your smoky eyes ever end up looking like this? Don't wipe it off. Let me show you how to blend it into this. The biggest mistake people make is trying to make everything look so perfect from the beginning. Instead, let's focus on getting the colors where we want them, and even if it looks messy, we're going to blend it and transform it into something perfect. Now this video is very special to me and I'll share why at the end, but let's get started. The first step is to apply an eyeshadow primer. And I know I always say it's not always necessary to apply an eyeshadow primer, but for this look, you really do want one if you want to make it last. Apply this all over the lid, up towards the brows. Now this one is slightly tinted to match my skin tone, but it also creates a barrier. Now if you're like me and you cry a lot or you have watery eyes, you can also use whatever's left over on your fingertips and press this underneath the eyes. This will actually help the tears kind of like roll off instead of breaking down your makeup. But it will also help our smoky eye adhere to our lids. Now while that settles, I'm actually going to fill in my brows. With this smoky eye, you don't want your brows to get lost on your face. So you can afford to make them just a little bit stronger than usual. But I want you to wait until the end before finishing them completely. For now, just fill them in a little bit as a guideline. Take your first shade, and I am mixing a gray and a black together. And I'm going to press this on the back of my hand to mix them, but also push them into the brush to reduce some fallout. And I'm using a synthetic brush because I like how it picks up the product and lays it down beautifully. Start in the middle of the lid, press, glide, and lift off, and then repeat this process. Each time you're just moving along the lid. You're working all the way outwards to fill this area. Don't attempt to do it in one full sweep. Now for the inner corner, don't pick up anything extra. Just repeat the same process, but this time I want you to start on a blank area and then meet the middle, and just repeat that as you go. Now you couldn't see this from the front view, but we actually have a gap on this outer edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the brush on the outer edge and bring it and pull it inwards to meet the middle. This is just going to fill this area. Now I don't like too much product on the outer edge or the inner edge because this can cause some smudging, fallout, and make it look very messy. Okay, so our eyes look really tiny, beady, and if you have hooded eyes, likely you're going to get some transfer upwards. So let's just transfer it on purpose. Yes, I actually want you to make this messy so that we can fix it and you can upgrade your skills. This can just happen naturally, and you'd be probably tempted just to wipe it off, but instead I want you to actually fill in this whole area to create one nice, even mess, until you get something that looks like this. Now it's time to blend. I am using a small blending brush. This is one of my favorite brushes of all time. It's like if a pencil brush and a blending fluffy brush had a baby, you would get this. It's somewhere in between. We're going to hold it really far down on the handle, holding it with the index finger, the middle, and the thumb, almost like you're holding a pen, while the ring and the pinky are left out for balance. So taking your clean blending brush, you'll notice I haven't picked up any eyeshadow. We're actually just going to be working on what's already on the lid. We're using very light pressure, blending around the edges using very small circular swirling motions. Focus on softening the harsh lines rather than blending too much across the lid. Try to actually avoid going into those darker parts a little bit lower. Leave that depth there and concentrate just on the edges. That's what keeps it a smoky eye and prevents it from getting too muddy. You also don't want to let this drift up too high. Keep a little area underneath the brows. And look, if you do end up bringing it up too far, it's fine because you can always add a little bit of concealer, bring it down, and then swirl over the edges again. Now take your time with this blend. Remember, we don't want to overblend, but we just want to just soften any of those harsh, uneven lines. You want to keep the pressure light. Be sure that you are still free moving with your brush. Don't hold it too tight, it'll add too much pressure and you'll end up with that muddy finish. You almost want the brush to feel kind of floppy but controlled. Now do you see that inner corner? I left this till last because I don't like to overload this area, but we also can't neglect it. Now due to my eye shape, this doesn't really transfer in the same way, so I have to really concentrate on it. I look down in a mirror and I do very light swirling motions. Now I am holding the brush a little bit higher and a little bit tighter this time, but I'm only grazing the skin. And I'm actually moving my eye around so I can kind of feel for the eye shape. Now we have a blended mess, but let's improve it even more. Take your favorite contour, midtone, or transition shade. They're basically all the same thing, just everybody has a different name for them. Now switch to another clean blending brush. Yes, we need another brush, unfortunately. You're going to be blending over this same area using this brush, and you will start to see when the colors overlap, they start to blur together. And this creates that soft, smoky gradient look. Again, try not to blend over those dark areas. Leave that depth where it is and concentrate just on those edges. And this will keep that rich, smoky eye look and prevent it from looking muddy. And you should end up with something that looks like this. Once again, make sure you have that space under your brows. This will just make sure that we haven't blended up too far. So leaving that gap there actually adds a little bit more balance for the eye shape. Once everything is blended, you can add a shimmer, and you can pick any shade that you want from this point. I'm going to be mixing a bronze and a broccoli green together, and I'm pushing this on the back of my hand to really make sure it's pushed into the brush. And you're basically repeating the same step, but keep this kind of low on the lid, pressing this over the top of everything. And sometimes I like to use my fingertips to kind of press this in. This will just help that shimmer to build and prevent too much fallout. But because we already have that dark base on the lid, it actually really helps that shimmer to catch the light. But remember not to blend this up too far. It shouldn't go past the lid. And you should end up with something that looks like this. Now finish off with mascara. Remember, glitter does fall onto lashes and a smoky eye needs a lot of mascara, so don't be afraid to add a few extra layers. And I also added a eyeliner pencil to my upper and lower waterline. I chose this medium olive bronzy tone, but you can use whatever you prefer. And if you're not sure what combo to choose, definitely let me know and I will help you out. And I'm also going to be applying some fake eyelashes. And then even though we did try to minimize the fallout, we ended up with a lot of it. So I'm going to go ahead and go and clean that. If you want a video on the easiest way to clean fallout and finish off underneath the eyes, do let me know. Now this video has been very, very hard for me to make. It has taken many attempts, but I use this broccoli shade because it reminds me of Rocco, and we used to call him Broccoli. And sadly, my friends, we have lost him too, and it's not even a year since we lost Pebbles, and losing Rocco as well is just really taking its toll on me. But I want to tell you a good story. About a week before he passed, it was just the two of us at home, and he couldn't settle. And when he couldn't settle, I used to carry him around and talk to him because he hated silence. But this day I picked him up and I was telling him little stories, and then I thought I would read out all the comments from the previous video. So I read out all the comments that you left and all the kind words. And I just want to thank you for being part of that moment and just feeling him relax in my arms while I told him how everybody just thought he was brilliant. And I just miss my sweet little handsome boy so much, and he was so kind even when he was scared. And it's a reminder to all of us to be kind to ourselves and those around us even when it's hard. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a video really soon.